So everyone, so I'm a little late on this, but these are two trades that I took yesterday. Um, I have one loss, one win, but we were profitable on the day. You can see that in here. Hold on a second. You can see the executions here. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna use the replay tool so we can go through it since it's a little bit late. It's a little bit bothersome. To do otherwise. So let's kind of break it on down. Honestly, I was done before 10 o'clock. I could have taken another trade later on in the day, but I was like, nah, I can't take more than two trades in a day. So let me go through the loss first. Then I'll go through the win. All in the same video, mainly because I don't really have too much time. So let's kind of go through it, right? So coming into the day, we had a London low and a London high, right? So this was the London high here. And you'll see why I took the trade that I did in a second. London high, right? So coming into the day, we're looking like this. I'm like, all right, cool. If we're looking at price, yes, price is bullish, but we still have more liquidity in which we can come lower and take out. So that's how I was looking. So I was like, all right, cool. We can come lower. We also have this 1 hour FEG in here, right above London high. So my goal was to come into London high and look to take look to take shorts lower into London low and ultimately into this Friday 11 a.m. candle, right, into the low of that. So that was the thought process coming into the day. So where are we at? Right, so this is London high, right? Come into the London high. I see that we come up. We have this inverse here. Is this the entry that I took? I think it is actually. No, it's not. That's not the entry. So we have this inverse here. Or sorry, this FEG here, right? We react to it. We push away. What happens next is price comes straight through it again, displacing through. From there, I take the entry, short. It's kind of like that. Stop was above this FEG, because I thought, price could come back into the FEG and then do its own thing. No, it wasn't. It was like this. And I was like, all right, cool. So just because this is a 1 minute, I looked at target these equal lows here at a minimum, but really and truly I was looking at this low here, which is 9 a.m. 9 a.m. essentially sweep of liquidity was where I was looking for the full target. And London lows was here as well. So how I'm looking at it is like we sweep internal liquidity. All right, so let me draw that out again. So we sweep all this internal liquidity like that, right? We have this inverse that gets reacted to and then broken. That's fine. And yeah, that was it. And I pretty much was in the trade for 2 minutes and I was out. Now from there, I had to really think for a second. What is it that? Let me just delete this stuff real quick. What is it now that I really have, right? What's a trade idea that I have? Well, price did come in and we swept liquidity. Overall we are pretty much bullish. It's just a matter of whether we just go straight bullish from here or not. We have the sweep of liquidity. We have an FEG to inverse, which we do inverse here. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's take this, and if we lose, we lose. Whatever. Stop with something like that. As you can see, that's where the 60% was, and my full target was these highs here, but really I should have gone to all-time highs, but because of the loss, I was like, look, let me make back my money. So yeah, like that. Right? So no, it was bigger than 1 point. It was a 2R trade. Something like that. Yeah. Not the biggest trade, but it was decent. So you can see my entry was here. We came into the FEG, reacted to it, we pushed higher. we come up to the 60%. I take 60% off at this level. Why this level? Well, this was the the area that started this whole downtrend from midnight, essentially. So we started this whole push down from here. So I was like, all right, cool. 60% there. That's easy first target. Second target I chose was this one. Probably could have chose a little bit higher, as in this one. Because these are essentially equal highs. Yeah, these are essentially equal highs. And I mean, we would have gone tapped out same candle anyways. But yeah, I chose this one. And that was a trade that I took. So 1 loss, 1 win. The first one not good at all in terms of, well, I guess the reasoning behind it was okay, but you have to realize where we are in price. Like, what did price do at 7:30 at London? We swept liquidity. So let me just go back out for a second. What did London do? We swept all this internal liquidity, or reacting to the order block. Reacting to the order block. Alright. I think on the hour it's a little cleaner. No, it's not the hour, it's a 30-minute. It's a little cleaner on the 30-minute. Alright. Pretty much to 50% of that order block. And then we're off to the races on up. So, yeah, you have to understand that in order to trade. But, you know, I was looking for us to come out lower before going higher. My whole strategy is based off liquidity sweeps. Now, I think something you have to be a little bit more patient on and for is understanding there's no trade without a liquidity sweep. Therefore, there's no need to trade. Right? Sometimes I feel like I need to get a trade every day. Which, you know, I really should, because the model presents that every day. But, you know, it's about being patient. It's about being patient going forward. So yeah, let me see if I can find my executions. Come on. Where are you at? Lovely. We're stuck. Okay, there we go. So let's go to my executions here. Right. Cool. So you can see, right, that's pretty much where I got out, where I said this is the 60% entry. Entry was a little higher. Entry was like that. It was a 1 or 2, so this would have been higher. Would have been something like that. Whatever. So that's a trend. You can see this was the short and where I got out as well. So yeah, that's a trade. I'm actually gonna do a case study now. Something that I think is pretty interesting of what was happening yesterday, and probably I can and will be taking more advantage of it in the future, especially now since we're at all-time highs. So yeah, that's the trade recap.